Now in today's day and age, we have thousands, millions of traps just waiting for us on our doorstep. So many new ways to consume or scroll more and more content. But what are the biggest traps to look out for, especially for our young people? Let me show you today so you can avoid them. Now think about what artists and rappers really promote in their videos. What is one of the biggest topics in their music videos, in their songs, in their albums? It's drugs. Drugs play a huge role in music videos of those rappers who are being pushed by the industry. You know, they're standing there with their joints and talking about lines of coke. But who listens to those songs? Primarily young people. And when the 12-year-old boy who sees his idol smoking weed in a video, he wants to be like that. He wants to live the exact same lifestyle because it looks cool. And if this great artist who has everything, who has money, who has cars, who has fame, who has women, if he does it, the boy will do it too. That's why the first trap for young men nowadays has to be drugs. Now if I'm talking about traps for young men, video games has to be in it. So the second point is video games. Now how many young people are there nowadays who spend 90% of their free time only playing video games? Like, you have to think about what this is. Well, those guys are playing for 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 hours a day in a virtual world, chasing virtual rewards. They're looking to get rewarded by something that doesn't exist in the real world. And what about the dopamine receptors when you start playing video games? Okay, a new video game might be fun for 2, 3, 4 hours. Or let's say you play some shooter and you have thousands of hours in it. But after 100, 200, 300 hours, it's not as fun as it used to be. Why is that? Dopamine. You're not getting dopamine through a normal way, through a usual way, through an evolutionarily correct way. You are getting dopamine through something that does not exist. And every young man has dreams, has goals. He wants to drive the Ferrari someday. He wants to have the big mansion on some island. He wants to have a beautiful woman with a great body. He wants to be in amazing shape 24/7. But through video games, through this instant gratification bullshit, all of that is taken from you. Instead of trying to better your skills in real life, becoming a better human, getting better at social skills, improving your mental health, you're trying to be the last one standing in Fortnite. And most of the energy is gone. You can test this yourself after 1 week of playing for 12, 13 hours a day. And compare that to a week where you've been productive, where you've been working on yourself, on your body, developing yourself. You will see after which one you will feel better. It's logical, of course. Of course you're gonna feel like shit. You haven't accomplished anything. The only thing you have accomplished is something that won't matter in 2 years. You're not even gonna remember it. But you put all your energy in it. Guys, I've been addicted to video games for years. Like, I've not gone to school, I got in big problems because of video games. I neglected my family, my relationships because of video games. There was a time where my best friends were online. I didn't even know how they looked. And trust me, your energy is literally being robbed from you through those video games. You're achieving goals, but not in the real world. Like, it makes sense that we feel like shit afterwards. It makes sense that we can't even read a book. It makes sense that we cannot meditate because we're always nervous and we always want to get the next dopamine hit like junkies. Second one, video game addiction, 100%. One of the biggest problems of young men nowadays. Don't chase goals in a world that doesn't even exist. After 2 years, you're gonna sit there asking yourself, why am I depressed? Why am I fat? Why am I not happy with my life? Why do I have no friends? I don't want that for you, and you don't want it either. Where your focus goes, energy flows. So don't focus on video games 24/7. Another next trap for men has to be prawn. It has to be. Like, you take the smartphone here and some stupid page and see men piping other women. What a disgrace it is to watch that shit. I've been addicted to prawn as well. Imagine your ancestors looking down on you. You know, those strong warriors, those men with 3 times more testosterone than we have nowadays, looking down on you, jerking off into a paper towel because of pixels from a guy who has sex with another girl. Your whole sex drive, your whole sexual energy, it vanishes. And after doing it, you have nothing, you have no drive, you don't want to do anything, you just want to sleep. That's not how a man should feel. And you know, in our minds, we're still the hunter-gatherer man, okay? And a man has to be someone who gets things, whether it is how it used to be, chasing down some animals to have something to eat in the evening. Or nowadays, to increase your PR on the bench press by 10 pounds. You have to qualify yourself to be attractive to women, to the world. You need to have drive. You need to have power. And all of that is taken from you. But instead you're just looking at other people having sex like a creep on a small screen and then jerking off to it. That's a disgrace. If nobody told it, I'll tell you, it's a disgrace. And all your energy just goes down the toilet. Those things need to go, guys. I mean, just look at how many relationships, how many marriages, how many families got destroyed by those things that I just talked about. Why is it that we have a crisis of masculinity going around? Why is it that our testosterone rates are as low as never? Why is it that the rate of sexless men is going up every year? Why is it that women only want to have sex with the top 20%? And the top 20% men are having sex with 80% of the women? Think about it. You need to level up in life. Instead of those habits that are literally destroying you and taking everything you have. Your whole drive, your whole masculine energy, and they're taking it from you. Instead, focus on habits that build you up. Focus on habits that improve your life. Focus on habits, build a discipline, build a strong mindset. Develop yourself every day. Instead of watching porn, start meditating. Instead of playing video games, start going to a gym and start fighting. Start doing MMA, start doing boxing, start doing some sort of martial art. Instead of doing drugs, do some breath work. Get high on your own supply, my boy. Meditate. Okay? Look for habits that build you up and not destroy you. Because your life will change drastically, okay? Like, just imagine a guy who plays video games for 5 hours a day, who jerks off 3 times a day, who takes drugs, smokes weed, drinks alcohol. And think about this guy the next day doing all the productive shit. How will he feel after a week? His body will thank him. And imagine the results after 1 year of doing all this bad shit. And then imagine the results of someone who's been productive, disciplined, who has done all the right things after 1 year. It's gonna be like night and day, guys. Like, those things need to go. Those 3 things, they need to go, they need to leave. So instead of focusing your energy on all those bad things, focus your energy on the good things, on the good habits, okay? Now, I'll preach and teach this message because I've gone through this transformation. I've been addicted to those things. I'm not anymore. And I feel better than ever. What is depression? A man isn't supposed to feel depressed. That's not how a man should feel. A man should hunt. A man should achieve goals. A man should build things, build an empire. Do you have any goals? Are you achieving them? So avoid those 3 traps. And if you replace them with habits that will actually increase your quality of life and improve your mental health, improve your character, you will see differences in no time and your life is gonna flip upside down. Now, that was it from me, guys. I hope to see you in the next one.